This is Poet Holiday, and I'm back with another video podcast, whatever we're calling this. But anyways, today's topic, I'm pretty sure the thumbnail shows it, but like making the personal public. And today we'll be talking about family. And I'm pretty sure, I think I'm just going to my poems because like it'll be more. Well, you already know if you watch my other videos that I mostly just rant. But I always slip in some poems. So, poet at heart. But also, you know what I am at heart? What am I? I was gonna say gossip, but I don't gossip. I just like to talk. Look, and that's all you gotta. You just gotta be real with yourself sometimes. No, because like I remember when I was in school, not like in school, like it wasn't too long ago. Like specifically, like I think either elementary or middle school, where I kind of got in trouble for talking. It's like okay, silenced. Okay, let me stop. But don't get it twisted. You know, just another trick on the head. Listen. Anyways, let me stop. Um, but like, I did my work though before I started talking. You know what I mean? Like, stop playing games. I made sure I did the walk before I did the talk. Okay. But anyways, now, um, what do I mean by making the personal public? Cause like some people, well, let me just put my 2 cents. I believe that, um for me, poetry is personal or whatever because I write about literally everything that spawns up any kind of emotion or anything. Um, but like I'm pretty sure you can, not tell about your story or like the personal aspects of it and keep it not necessarily surface level because you can be deep without going too deep into your personal lives. You can share different parts of yourself and like keep certain things like on a hush hush. Like, okay, thinking about writing a memoir. What things do you put in and what things do you keep with you? That kind of ordeal. I think that's kind of what it is because you don't always have to share your all of what you write down. It's what you choose to, regardless, because it's your poetry. You're the only one who can really share it. But yeah, I like to write personally, so and I like talking, so kind of goes hand in hand for me. But and this one's gonna be about family. I'm not gonna dive into like my family dynamics, and honestly, it kind of speaks for itself. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because like mostly this is gonna be like a sidetrack video, more about like my hobbies and what I've been doing recently, like a little update. Because like this is the month of November, and that's like it used to be the I forget what it was, the no some anyways, that writing thing that was for the month, and then they got, well, there was some controversy, and so there's a 2.0 now. Look, you don't have to look it up yourself. November writing month, but like I'm going with I think it's like I'll have like a more detailed video, not necessarily on like the mess behind it, but what I'm doing for it. Cause like mine's isn't like a daily writing. I'm not writing a novel. I'm very much into poetry, so like. So sorry, no, sorry. I'm not writing 50,000 words in the month of November. That's heinous. Oh my gosh. Are my notifications still on? Sorry for the vibrate. Hold on, let me pause and do that real quick. My bad, you guys. I'm being very disrespectful. Usually I do the do not disturb, but I guess I didn't do that today by accident. I just had to get could end with the recording. Sorry if you hear anything in the background. I can't really control that. Controller. Okay, anyways. We're just gonna go in order of them because they're bookmarked. I bookmarked them. Anyways, if you have a family like this, who needs enemies? Every step I take, I contemplate all I ever gave. All the times I gave you only take. You left me to decay. The times where I bloom, you drown me. The times when I'm soaking, you drag me down further. Fated to choke, unable to float because of the ton of burdens you gave me. When will I be like a bird and take flight? When will I have time to think like a sloth in the tree? I dream of being burned by the sun's rays, dissolving the sea I've been drowning in. For a long time, I have accepted the fate you gave, dunking underwater, dying only to come back, choking for you. What have you done for me? Care for me? Is that all? Because that's what a family is supposed to do. I shouldn't be the only one leaping through hoops to entertain. I don't want to hear about how easy I have it or that you've given everything to me. I've been choked by the world, burned 1,000 times when the tides subside. The only hands that are dragging me down are the curses thrust upon me by my family. Well, the last line is like also are the ones who I call family. Anyways, I think I like are the curses thrust upon me by my family. Like, you know, family curses. Yeah. But anyways, the only thing I was talking about with like my family and stuff is just like it's really only one side of my family. It's problematic. Yeah, do y'all have that? You ain't gotta expand on that, but I'm just saying, does it just be that one side, or do it be both sides, a little bit from both, you know, not too much, but you know, I don't know, you know. Maybe I'm the only one, you know. There's layers to it. Let me stop. Do I want to do this one first or the other one? We'll do this one. I love this one because it's like one of those more performing ones. Okay. You never knew me. Of course, I don't tell you about half the things in my life that don't go right because you'll bring it up over and over again like the drip from the tap. Confused when I decide to snap because I've counted the days when it was time to erase the sheer audacity you parade. Excuse me when your smile drops from the words that rot your rigid demeanor like snot. It's funny how y'all always seem to come around while everything's piling down. You must be so amused when you get to wipe the smile off my face to make a cake like you ate. Times have changed. I'm not the same zip lip, too scared to quip. Why so shocked? You act like you ain't take me apart piece by piece like Frankenstein. Don't be shocked when you see your time has run out. Oh, please, you never knew me. And I think these were one of the poems where like it was flowing, but I also was like having an issue with like what I wanted to do specifically with that. Is this one of those stanza or the second to last stanza? Anyways, the gasp, why so shocked? You act like you ain't take me apart piece by piece like Frankenstein. I don't know all the other edits I made or like all the other wordings I did, but like that took a while. But I do like the inline being the title. I've done that like a few times. But I'm trying not to do that too much, you know. It's nice when you're, you know, every now and again do that. You can't have all the poems do that, but you know, maybe. Look, I'm not the judge. Look, like it says, an amateur poet's discussion on poetry. Is that the title? You know, semantics. Anyways, okay. Christmas. We all know why I come around this time of the year. It's not to cheer, it's to collect the debt you owe, what you've exchanged for coal. Of all the times you've drained my sanity, you ripped me away from humanity, you never even thought how you've damaged me. I'm as broken as the parcel UPS be throwing. You act like a toddler the way you handle me so ineloquently. You're worse than the men on the street because at least I know why they're grabbing at me. Theoretically. No need for the fake greetings because during the seedings there's nothing left of me but verbal beatings. Guys by the politicking when I've yet been served the chicken. I'm failed the drama-filled quails left over from last year's ale. You'd think I'd leave full, and yet I always leave with an empty stomach and a full plate of hate I never seem to sate. Now, I'm always questioning the stanza where I'm like, I'm fed the drama-filled quails left over from last year's ale. It's mostly for the rhyme. It's mostly for the rhyme, but am I going to change it? No. And do you know those family gatherings when like you don't even eat the food there? Like you would think that these folks who have known you for years would know what you eat. Don't get me wrong, I am a picky eater, but like at some point that can't be your excuse anymore. You're like, oh, I didn't know. You knew. Please, 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 please. You knew. You did wrong for that. You knew. Auntie Pooh's. Oh, on my iPad for the last one. Wait. Oh, I'm just looking at the notification. The Twitch. You know, for the people who's playing Paleo. My obsession. Let's just say I purchased a whole bunch of pumpkins. On that app. Not app. The game. Yeah. I'm broke in game, actually. No, because, like, who gonna tell? Please, I need to get back to where I was. At least to 200,000 in the gold. Because, like, right now, I think I'm like 20 something. I don't know, but that's just too broke for me. Please. Please. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that? Even undercover. Let me stop. Anyways, I like the way I did this, the formatting of it. I like the way it looks on the page. But anyways, it's called I'm Drowning. It's one of the more recent ones. I think I made it in September. Yeah. Anyways, I'm drowning. I'm not 17 anymore. I'm not 16 anymore. I'm not 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the womb anymore. So why do you think you can speak to me in any way you please? Well, not today. I'm tired of being so full of hate. Every time you speak, you make my bones ache. My heart breaks. My brain fogs, stumbling in and out of the words you spew, so unapologetically you, trying to fuse me to you as if you didn't push me under. Force feeding the waves, filling me so much. I hate being me when I'm with you. I can't see who I am anymore, but I still hear the words fall off your lips joyfully. As I choke, I can't breathe. As if you could hear me over the bubbles that escape me in shrills until I stop struggling, waiting till my last breath. Then and only then will you drag me back up, wondering why the text bubbles stop flowing. All I want to do is scream. I want to be free. But alas, I stay mute, walking away, dragging along the waves I ate, or rather drank. Because silence is its own horrific breeze. Anyways, I don't know if I should like record this. But anyways, the reason why I like messed up was because I didn't choose to print layout. So the layout did look a little funky. And anyways, I had chosen for this specific poem to change the font to like more of looking like, you know, someone's actual writing. I have like all caps for that I want to be free. All I want to do is scream. That one, for scream, lowercase s, um, capitalized C, lowercase r, capitalized E, lowercase a, capitalized M. Um, Low key, it's like the line reads, all I want to do is scream, but it's low key trying to be sentimental to like what's in all caps with the CEM, which I want someone to see me, kind of weird dealio. Anyways, I don't know if that really comes across, but it is what it is. And then like trying to fuse me to you, um, for the words me to you, that's there's no space in between me to you, you know, it's just bunched, just put together. And you in all of this is capitalized. And in the beginning, me, my, I believe, I don't know if I used I a lot in the beginning. Yeah, all of that is lowercase until I get to, I hate being mean when I'm with you. I can't see who I am anymore. And like that's on the right side. And then on the left it comes back to, but I still hear the words fall off your lips. I is lowercase, and then as I choke, lowercase, and then on the right, I can't breathe. Anyways, I really but yeah. And then once it hits to, as if you could hear me, over the bubbles that escape me in shrills, until I, that's when it's actually capitalized, stop struggling. Waiting till my last breath, like my is capitalized, like the M in my is capitalized, and then everything else after that, you know, is capitalized. Until we get to the point of where, like, after I want to be free, all caps, then the rest is lowercase. But alas, I stay mute, walking away, dragging along the waves I ate, or rather drank, because silence is its own horrific breeze. And horrific breeze is on the right, italicized and bold. But you know, the theatrics. I love my dramatics. Let me stop. Principal. The principal. The principal. Don't get it, don't regret it, fixate it, unbelieve it. Okay, hear me out. I don't know if I said it in another video. But look, I love the music from back when. She's problematic because I don't know. I've heard like things about, you know, alleged SA allegations. So look, I'm not even, and I don't really like her new stuff anyways. And then it comes into the spiral of like, are we to separate the art from the artist? But yeah, no, that's another talk. And then with this specific poem, I'll talk a little bit about it. But like, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like, cause like it's almost like a fight or flight mode, and I'm not necessarily choosing to fly, to leave, and things like that. Well, I am choosing it. It's not forced upon me in a way. Like, I chose to be silenced. I chose to give my silence. I chose to be quiet. I chose to not respond. Um, I chose my peace. I wasn't silenced. I think that comes up in another another poem that I'll be reading, because like there will be a part 2 and maybe even several parts of this, you know, making the personal public or whatever. But I do know there's a part 2. Um and specifically about friends and the whole aspect of like friendship breakups and things like that, and how it can almost feel like the same way as like breaking up with a family member, or me personally haven't experienced it, but relationship ending or whatever. So, but yeah, anyways. Enough of the sadness. Let me stop. Definitely talk about it. It's not really that good to like, keep it down, tucked in there, and like overwhelm you and things like that. I've definitely seen the residuals, the effects, if you will, not an expert, but yeah. So poetry is really good for me. Really good for a decent amount of people, and honestly, I'm not forcing it down people's throats, but I am. I don't know, it's like so good. Like, even if you're not writing it, like, come on now, like, listening to poetry is so good. Like, it's so good. It's like, come on, like, it's really art that you get to listen to, that you get to read. Anyways, not so much. All right. My 10-minute free write prompt is: write about something personal, familial, that has brought you to an all-encompassing sadness slash sorrow or rage slash anger. Hold on, let me drink me some. And now that I'm thinking about it, as I was blowing my nose, as I tend to do, I technically have. I don't know if that's gonna come out before this one, the music one. Cause I did share a song, 2, or maybe even 3. Anyways, crazy. I know. Sorry. Hey. Sorry. Anyways, okay, I'm sorry. Genuinely. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I technically did share a song that was about family, thorn roots. But anyways, that's coming out either before or after, whatever. Let me actually briefly go into that, cause cause I'm planning to like post like twice on Substack monthly. We'll see. I'm still kind of feeling that out, because I was watching a whole bunch of Substack videos about it. Because like my best friend was the one who told me about it, and I was like, you know what? Let me check it out real quick. Let me check it out. Hear me out. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know. It's kind of like Instagram, but for writers, kind of. I don't know. Another social media platform. You know what I mean? The semantics. But yeah. What was I about to say? What just say? Anyways, so I have that account, which is Poet Holiday. you know me, you love me. Unless you don't. Let me stop. But and then also I made a Wattpad account. Hear me out. It's for poetry. It's for me to put out my poetry so you can actually see it on paper. So right now I have published like only just the guidelines so far, because like it's the 3rd of November. And like I'm not doing a daily thing. I'm just writing I'm gonna try and write poetry as frequently as possible, but inspiration strikes and sometimes it doesn't. I'm one of those people, like, if it don't strike, it don't strike, but I'm gonna try and force it any way I can. But it is what it is. I can't do the daily. Honestly, I just have to take myself out, But right now, the November Readathon, that's what I'm calling it, the November Readathon, because it's inspired by something else. I think it's called Writing Month or whatever, because I had gotten that from, because I had typed into the wide web, googly goo, and was like, November writing month prompts for poetry or whatever. I don't know what I specifically said. That's just some magic of it all. But and then the website Medium had popped up with like a few, and I went with writing month because that was like one poem a day, and then like there was another thing about like one blog post a day if you're doing the blog post. So I was like, okay, I'll just post what I write on November Readathon. And hear me out. I'm not promising that it's going to be good poetry. Look, hopefully it is. But you know. But also this week, anyways, I don't even know when this is coming out. But yeah, this week I'm gonna because I'm trying to do a post on Wattpad for like the regular my poetry collections weekly, and we'll see how that works. But playing with form, that's the one. Oh yeah, and I made the book covers on Canva. You know, it was quick, easy, simple, to the point. Honestly, I might make my background for this YouTube channel on Canva, and we'll see how that goes. But like for now, this is what it is. So sorry, not sorry. I'm lazy at heart. But anyways, so oh yeah, but on Wattpad it's Poet Holiday. That's how you can reach me. Call me, beat me if you wanna reach me. If you wanna reach me, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter what. I'll be. Okay, let me stop. Anywho's. But yeah. And what was I about to say? Oh yeah, and the reason why I'm not posting on Instagram and I'm posting on Substack, because Substack is more like writing. I would assume, like writing focused. That's what I'm seeing it as. That's what I'm taking it as. That's what I'm using it as. And then like also I could probably do like I'm planning on eventually reading my poetry on there as well. Not like this format, because like I'm not trying to have like different platforms for the same thing. I want to have the different platforms for different things. You know what I mean? So, but keep them connected, because like Substack really is just going to be promoting my YouTube and Wattpad, but also like, you know, maybe reading my poetry audibly or whatever. But for the time being, um my first post will be, introduction about me, whatever, and then the second post will be probably an update on the November Readathon. But yeah. Anyways, let's go get into the hobby segment, because that's going to take up the rest of the video. So, if you don't want to hear me rant about anime or Halloween movies, the movies that I watched for Halloween, because it was with my best friend, we had planned that for Halloween. Well, we had planned something else for Halloween, but I'm like, young, dumb, and broke. That was me. Young, dumb, broke, recent college graduate. Please. But yeah, and we made it a 2-day affair instead of just a 1-day marathon kind of thing, because we both had 4 movies each, and I had originally calculated that was like 6 hours or whatever, but I mean it ended up working out. It was cool. Did have technical difficulties Xfinity the first day, but I think there was just an outage in the area or whatever, but annoying. But we did Thursday and Friday, which the 30th and the 31st of October, which was fun. Um, Was I a little tired the next day? Yes, but was it because of that? No. Because paleo was having something where, you because like right now they have the, what is it? The candy corn kind of thing. If you fish, I know if you bug hunt, you have that. Where else can you get it from? The loot piles in Paleo specifically, and I think there's something else, but I get them through the specific one because there are different colors for the different ones. The blue ones through fishing because it's just the easiest one for me. I don't know. I've gotten more into fishing because of the aspect of what am I saying? The plushie hunting, because you can get a plushie while you're fishing, and then also you're leveling up your fishing, you're getting money from the fish that you fish, especially if you're like using just a hook and you're in Kilima, you don't have to use all that other extra mess because ooh, in Elderwoods gotta have everything, gotta have that the hook that I need. I gotta have the food, either the sushi or the fisher's brew, fisherman's brew or whatever. But anyways, I'm ranting. You probably don't understand, but please join Paleo, please. Maybe even become my Palean friend. Oh. Cause low key, no, actually high key, no offense on Paleo. I only join the parties of like when I'm watching Twitch. Oh, my lip head's fine. I'm ready to get MonsterCon so bad because it's on Switch now. But I'm waiting for my brother to give me the money because, like I said, young, broke, college grad. Recent college grad, okay? Gotta do it my own way. When I know everything you've gone through, when I know truth. Let me stop. I need you. Anyways, I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. So let me do. I was planning on showing you my the DVDs that I have in person. Well, the DVDs that I have for like the Halloween movies that we had watched. Cause yeah, I'll touch a little bit about the other ones, but don't fall off. Don't fall off for me. Don't fall off. Alright. Let me pause this. Okay, I'll just be holding you. But anyways, we had watched Scream, the first one. And this is the DVD set I have. Well, we did it through Google Meets because at first we tried to do it through Discord, but it wasn't working. I don't know if it was like my spotty internet connection that first day, or what, but we ended up doing it through Google Meets, which ended up being fine. Well, yeah, look at it. It's so cute. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah. It was funny. Honestly, I can't take older movies seriously because of how bad either the acting, the props, everything, like the predictability, everything. But it was fun to watch when I was asleep because like I've only watched like Scary Movie, that franchise. So yeah, it was interesting. Ooh, and we watched The Babysitter. You want to do the Babysitter and the Babysitter Killer Queen with Jenna Ortega. This is the cover from the Killer Queen. Anyways, I got it from. Okay, hold on. I got this one from Walmart, and I don't remember the prices. And I got this one from eBay. So, is it legit? Look, all that matters is that the DVD plays and stuff like that for me. So I'm not gonna say it's legitness or anything. But yeah, I love this movie down. Oh, right. Anyways, I love this movie down. Movies down. Okay. I don't even remember the last time I watched these bad boys. Oh, I hope you didn't see my toes. That's weird. Anyways, just let you see the whole thing. Ooh. But yeah, it's just the same. But I like the feeling of the DVD. I'm not gonna turn it around all the way. Turn around, everything's gonna get a little bit homey, and there's nothing good to eat. Let me stop. Anyways, I'm just gonna put back in this case, but I love the case. No, but like that little flap, I didn't notice that was a flap. To see like that picture, of the main two characters, that was so crazy. I was like, what? I love that for me actually. Well, so you get like a little bit of two aspects of film, of my hobby segment, my obsessions of film itself, and what is it, and DVDs. But specifically with the Babysitter, because this is going to be a longer talk about like all the different movies I have watched and like the different aspects of them. So disclaimer, I will be talking about these things because I'll also be talking about the animes I've recently watched and stuff like that. So like if you haven't watched it, hey, thank you for watching this one. Of like the different, hold on, let me, maybe you can skip through because I'm not doing any timestamps, so sorry. But anyways, so I'll be talking about from anime, The Water Magician, The Unwanted Undead Adventurer, from old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, and the Unaware Atelier, I don't know how to say that, Atelier Meister. And then Halloween movies, Kpop Demon Hunter, The Babysitter Killer Queen, Addams Family Values, Twitches 2, Scream, the first one, A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, Girl vs. Monster, Halloweentown kind of series, and Scary Movie. Well, I won't be talking too much about the Halloweentown series and the Scary Movie series. So, anyways, but if this is the end for you, thank you for watching. Please, hey, if you can, I'm not gonna begging you, put your loving hand now, darling. Anyways, let me stop. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Turn it off. Anyways, I actually have that in one of my phones. About making the personal public, please. Anyways, but anyways, definitely like, comment, subscribe, if you will. And then also, if you're on Substack, you can subscribe to me there, and then if you're on Wattpad, you can check out my stuff when I post it. But yeah, so you can actually see the writing, how it looks on the page. I don't know how accurate it will be. I haven't really tried it out that much, but yeah. Anyways, let's get into the Babysitter. I love it down. Anyways, and then like that Black Horse Cinema course that I had taken, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think so. But anyways, but yeah, like my professor, she definitely told us like about color, a little bit about like the aspects of color theory. I don't think we went into too much depth about it, but like it was so interesting watching like these movies and thinking about color theory, specifically The Babysitter. Okay, so the aspect of like, I forget her name, but anyways, the female character, the one where she was wearing the white shirt and then the vest on top. Okay, the white shirt is to symbolize, the aspects of white that we have the connotations with, like a wedding, you know, in a sense, the true like root of a wedding, white, in a sense, saving yourself till marriage and whatever, blah, blah. And then like this brown vest, and the brown symbolizes, being grounded, familiar, those kind of soothing aspects. And then at some point, a little later on, she has the vest, still trying to be grounded, familiar, whatever, but also she has this red lip on, which, danger, you know what I mean? I just found it very interesting. And then him, the main character, him having like this brown, what is it called? Oh, what is it called? What is that pattern that, what is it called? Oh, I hate it. I hate that for me. I had the word for it that day when I was watching it, but corduroy. Looking super fine in your corduroy. Anyways, his corduroy suit he had on the whole time, which was brown. Anyways, it was a cool aspect of it. I love the fact that General Ortega was in the second movie. I love, honestly, all the characters. They're great. Did I like the aspect that the mother and father were basically thinking that he was delusional, crazy, and he needed to be taken to the psych ward? No. I'm just like, okay, so where do you think the babysitter is? That's my question. Come on now, like, there gotta be a little bit of truth of what he's saying. Like, you're telling me this kid went from, being one aspect. You think he's been making up stuff this whole time? You think he's making up this or whatever? Like, you think he had a psychiatric break or something? Like, come on now. Anyway, Scram One. Honestly, it was alright. Favorite character from it, Stu. Honestly, he should have been able to get away with it scot-free. Not in real life, of course. Like, just, in the film. You know what I mean? Not too much now. Not too much. I don't endorse real out here, real life serial killers. No, thank you. It's heinous. It's a heinous crime for a reason. Thank you. Anyways, okay. Let's get into the other movies we have watched. Okay, Kpop Demon Hunter. I'm kind of late. Hear me out. I'm kind of late. But please, I ate it up. Be your idol. No, because like that song. Put this song on replay. I can listen to it all day. Do it all day. Yeah. Let me stop. But no, like, I'm dead serious. I love it. The Saja Boys, love them. Love them down. The Hunter X or whatever, they're all right. Why am I always rooting for the villains? Please. And I forget how you pronounce his name. Gino? Anyways, him. He shouldn't have died. I just don't want to be able to kill him up like that. No, forget Rumi. I'm sorry. I didn't even really like her like that. Like, honestly, she really just could have said it. Like, and I didn't like her aunt either. I definitely didn't like her aunt because she was basically trying to make her hide herself, like hide who she is and whatever from her friends. Like, I'm like, you can hide it from the world, but your friends that you have to see on a daily basis, you live in the same household, same apartment, same studio, whatever. Like, what? Are you having to wear these long sleeves all day, every day? Look, no. She couldn't even go to the bathhouse because of that whole thing. It was psychological warfare. It was just too much. But I don't like rooming like that because, come on now. You should know your friends. You should have told them. Yes, y'all hunt demons or whatever, but like, I'm pretty sure they would have understood it at some point. Cause like, with you just wait, it ended up the cat coming out of that. Like, come on now, why did you even think this demon was going to use it for for his own personal gain? Like, come on now, he already told you. Hold on, let me just move. Anyways, but yeah, like, come on now. Let's not play games. Let's not play games, babes. Anyways, let's get into Addams Family Values. Love that down. Love me a good Wednesday. Love me a good Morticia Addams, Gomez Addams. We even love what is his name? Dang. Fester. We love Fester. I really do need to watch season 2 of Wednesday, but not right now. I'm only gonna watch it once I get the DVD for it. I don't even know if a DVD has come out for Wednesday season 2. Anyways, Addams Family Values. Love that. Cause the only reason why we had I was the one who chose that. I chose Kpop Demon Hunter, the Babysitters, and Addams Family Values. And I chose Addams Family Values specifically because we had watched the first movie last year for Halloween. It's gonna be like low-key a tradition. Anyways, let me stop. But yeah, I liked it. That the widow, the Black Widow or whatever they call her, that serial killer wife. Honestly, she really had the perfect man for her. Pastor, come on out. He was literally willing to leave his family for you. Come on now, like what? Look, you got the money. You got the family you've been out here fiending for who will accept every aspect of you. Even Morticia Addams said it, like, I forget specifically what she was saying. Like, I can accept all of these other aspects, but I can't accept blah, blah, blah. I forget. But it was so good. I loved it. And then especially with like the lighting on Morticia Addams' eyes, love that. Love it down. We love Morticia. Please. Okay. Twitches too. Go Twitches. Anyways, let me stop. Because we had watched the first Twitches last year. And I thought I didn't watch Twitches too, but while I was watching it, as we were watching it, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch this. I don't like the mother. Why do I always hate the parents? Because they be doing stupid stuff. The mother as in like, not the adoptive parents or whatever. They cool. They cooler than what a lot of people would be. I'm just saying. But the mother, she gets on my nerves because at the end of the day, ma'am, you're gonna kill the little bit left of your husband that's out there in the Shadowland. The shadow, whatever. For what? Come on now. So he been watching from the shadows, you being with his brother. Okay, the person who killed him in the first place. Please. Even though I really don't like that song. Hear me out. I'm not gonna talk too much about that. Anyways, Espresso. I can't relate. I don't necessarily like that song either, but it's catchy though. It's catchy. It's catchy. Hit the player, hit the game. Can't hit the player, hit the game. Anyways, what was I saying? Anyways, yeah, I don't like the mother, and you've been with this evil dude for how long? Come on now. Why? Why? You chose to be with your husband's brother. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So his nieces are now his daughters. No. Sweet home Alabama. No, because really think about it, like, technically that is your brother-in-law. That's grody. Anyways. On to the next. Scream, the first movie. Did I talk about that? It was alright. I love the newer Scream movies. Not just because Jenna Ortega is in there, but the shoe fits. Let me stop. A series of unfortunate events. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. That was one of the ones that my bestie had recommended. I was like, but I actually loved it. That Uncle Olaf or whatever, bruh. I don't even know his name Olaf, but Olaf. Damn it, this man, he out here going to the ends of the earth for this money. You're telling me you're going to marry? How did the judge not know? How did the judge not know? How did the crowd not know? Please, especially when the judge had said their real name, their government name. Nah. So you're telling me you're supposed to be this girl's guardian, and you're gonna marry her, huh? First off, your house dirty. Dishes dirty. The kid, oh my god, the kids out here having to cook up something that you didn't even tell them what to cook up. Come on now, stop playing games. Stop playing these games. It was getting ridiculous. What else was I saying? But yeah, I think that's pretty much it about that. Oh yeah, and all the adults are just stupid. All the adults are stupid. Stupid. The only redeeming person who was an adult was the one who got killed. Who was killed. The one with the reptiles and stuff. And honestly, I hate all those, let's not even talk about reptiles anymore. But yeah, he was the only like understanding, chill, had was gonna treat the children well. Anyways. And that the house that was on top of that water, please. I was not the lean. No. I already knew the business that wasn't gonna stay afloat. Honestly, I don't even know how many years she had that thing. She wrong for that. That house, it's on top of sticks. Right over the water. Please. Anyways, and your husband Ike, he died from a swarm of leeches, please. And then she had the audacity to eat a banana. And the leeches came. Like, you the one who warned them about that. Come on now. Anyways, a series. Oh, no, okay. I already talked about it. The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. Low-key crusty. For me, that was the cringe of the cringe. But you could say the same for me with Girl vs. Monster. But I have to watch that every year, honestly. I might have to watch it sometime soon because it's just so good. But anyways, yes, and that's about it. About that. It was very much predictable or whatever, but like, of course, what isn't like at that time and what isn't nowadays. Anyways, so the movies that I would recommend for Halloween that I love to watch, Scary Movie, that franchise of movies, series of movies, whatever you want to call it, flip it, bob it, smack it, Scream. It's a good watch for the most part. Specifically what you ever taken in there. Halloweentown. Yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta watch that whole thing. Halloweentown, yes, 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 yes. Girl versus Monster. Come on now. Come on now. Please, please, you have to. You at least have to watch it once. And I made my best friend watch it. Yes, last year. I love that movie down. I love that movie down. Like, and nobody can tell me anything else about it. Like, what is that scene? What is that scene? My favorite scene. Um. Anyways, it's when the boy is like petrified of like the pumpkin long limb thing. And he's so terrified that he like freezes. Anyways, like I gotta watch it again so I can really like ingrain it in my brain again. Anyways, right. Okay. Recent anime watches. Okay, The Water Magician. Love that one. Love that one actually. I even liked like the aspect of like I think it was the last episode or the second to last. Of course, all of these recent watches are like only 12 episodes, one season. Ah! Anyways, The Water Magician, when his friends were hurt and he was there, honestly he really could have started a war for real. Honestly, I was down for it. At first, I was like maybe not, but then I was like, fuck that shit. he came over here thinking that they were the perpetrators. They weren't. They weren't. They weren't. The perpetrators wouldn't have shown their faces first off. Like, stop playing games. Stop playing games. But anyways, they clearly helped the princess. Was she the princess? Yeah, she was the princess. And honestly, hold on, reel it back in. Why did the princess get her? Like, why was the princess acting like she had no home training? Like, she had no training on the field, hitting the 1-2. You know what I mean? Like, she had a whole, like, organization of, like, fighting or whatever. Not organization, but, like, she was a teacher who was helping them fight. Anyways, sword fighting or whatever. Like, girl, if you don't get no clunk of wood and start fighting like it's a sword, like I'm just saying, like they really like messed up her character like that. I hate when anime does that. So I can't even be one of those people who are like heavily obsessed with anime, love every aspect of it. I don't. Please, I just hate the dumbification of women. It is what it is. I said what I said, and I mean what I said, and I said it again with my chest. Anyways, I got that. Kind of got that quote from the Mademoiselle. Anyways, on YouTube, if you know, you know. But what was I saying? Oh, and a good watch. Definitely recommend. #recommend. What was I saying? Yeah, I think that's about it. But I like the whole like it was different because he was put into this life like by himself, because like a lot of the isekai I watched, it's like they're put into like a family or whatever. They have this extreme goal that they're trying to do, but of course it gets intercepted or whatever. But we really saw him like grow and stuff like that. Like he had to hunt by himself, and then he was the fairy king was teaching him how to fight, and then he fought this monster, and then like he befriended the freaking dragon. Like I'm just saying, like he was just chilling. Like he was vibing with his water, his sorcery. Let me stop. But yeah, and then he had a little journey with the guy that he had saved. And that was cool, like that being his friend and stuff like that. And I really do think he needed that. But yeah, it was dope. And like him saving his friend in the dungeons, like yeah, he ate with that. He was like, default, that's the demon lord, the demon prince. Come on now. these default just a little flash shoe type tea. I was like, oh, okay, right. Okay, the Unwanted Undead Adventurer. I think that was the most recent one. Yeah. That was like the last one I had watched, actually. Yes, that was so good, actually. Like, he basically was an adventurer. He was, I forget what rank, but basically second to last. Like, Iron was at the bottom. I think he was bronze. Yeah, bronze. And then he had went and found part of the dungeon that wasn't mapped out. He went in there, and long story short, he fucked around and found out. I can't say any less than that. Like, the dragon came from, I guess what he called the dragon. I don't know what that thing was. But long story short, he died. He turned into bones. And he was a monster in a sense. He was one of the dungeon monsters, and he made his way up. And honestly, I love that he became a vampire at the end. I wanted to see more of him being a vampire, because like they kind of rushed it in the last episode of all this random stuff and blah, blah, and going through the backstory and I'm like, I want him to be a vampire, and I want him to like go back, show his face a little bit, whatever, blah blah. Like, that's what I wanted to see, but you can't have everything you want, huh? Anyways, from old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Honestly, I hated the aspect of like these folks calling him backwater. Like, look, don't play with him. Don't play with him. Play with your mama. Let me stop. Anyway. But what was I saying? But yeah, I don't like the aspects that his students were fiending for him, because at the end of the day, this man had taught you, like, he is your teacher. Like, I don't know, like, it was just really weird. That's why, like, I don't read any stories that have, like, that, with My Hero Academia, that have, you know, the main character as, like, the student, and the love interest is Mr. Aizawa, who is the teacher. First off, the students are, like, 14, 15. That's disgusting. I'm sorry, like, at my big age. Not big age, because I am just, early 20s. No. Gonna do it my own way. Let me stop. But, yeah, it is, it's despicable, disgusting. And I'm glad he doesn't really necessarily entertain it, but I don't know if it's because he's like, oh yeah, I'm so old, they wouldn't want me, but I would accept it if they did. I don't know. I'm scared that that's the case, but I think he like knows, like, look, these are like my kids. You know what I mean? Like, he literally raised one of them, the one with the fiery hair. Like, calm down. No. It was just really weird. But I'm glad that his father really like gave him that push. Like, you're leaving. He's like, this is my home, though. I know you're leaving. Go do something. You better not come back until I get a great kid. Let me stop. Well, technically now he has a great kid, because he basically adopted this young girl, and I'm glad about the little dynamic. He has a little cottage and stuff like that. She's going to sorcery school. But yeah. Yo, wizard Harry. Let me stop, because I'm sorry, I couldn't stick through the Harry Potter watching that first movie. It was so crusty. Sorry, hear me out. My brother tried, failed. Can't watch it. But anyways, the Unaware Atelier, the Atelier, Meister, the Unaware Atelier Meister. Let me think about it. Oh yeah, I loved it. Definitely. I loved it down because I like a good unaware king. No, because like I had this moment of like, how long have you been 15? Like teen, like before they even say like, The demon girl saw her like 1,200 or 12,000 years ago. I know it. I knew it because I was thinking of that scene in Twilight. She was like, "How long have you been 17?" Please, please. That scene always kills me. I'm not a Twilight fan, but I love my little the to hate watch or cringe watch or whatever, like cause like those memes are memeing, please. But yeah, like I was like, yeah, I clocked that a long time ago. And then like he's so like I felt really bad for him with the party. He was a part of the lion party or whatever. Um the Lion or Crimson Party. I don't know. They always have that party that's named some with Crimson or Lion or whatever. Blah, blah. Um, but yeah, I didn't like that aspect, that dynamic that he was doing all the work and blah blah, and that's all he was like put to do or like assigned to do was clean up and feed them and all that stuff. And it was crazy how like different aspects of what he thinks is normal is something that's basically continuing to like save the people, like specifically the princess from being cursed, killed, or whatever. um Even all of them, to be honest. But yeah, it's such a good show. Like, well, good anime show, of course. But yeah, like definitely recommend all of those. Heavy, 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 heavy. Love me a good isekai. Love me a good. I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Specifically on the Unaware Atelier Meister. Uh, the love interest, I hated that aspect of it, but I prefer him with the princess and the other girl. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the because usually I would be on the other foot, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. But yeah, because she was like, I guess it's because she was outwardly like wanting him, but at the same time, like I don't know. I don't know why, but anyways, if you've made it this far, please, 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 you know, you're the one. You're the one. You know what? You know, you're the one. You're a real one. You're a real one. I don't know what you should leave in the comment section. I mean, I guess you can comment, I'm a real one. I'm one of the real ones. You know, type team, type team. Let me know. But yeah, thank you for watching this far. If you have, honestly, this is the first video that has been an hour. Okay? Okay. Claps, claps. Okay, okay, okay. I've been feeding for a good little hour. But yeah, thank you for watching. Again, this is Poet Holiday with 2 L's signing off.